what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I think today's project, we're going to be getting the Lemans out and try to get it back together. So as you can see, the old Lemans has become, well, quite frankly, a storage bench. I robbed parts off of it to go to duct tape drags, which I put the alternator back on it. But it looks sad. So I think it's time to get it out, get it running again. To be honest with you, I'm really mad at myself for even letting this happen. I mean, this is my baby normally. I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna start by getting all this crap out of the trunk. I don't even know. This stuff is OBS stuff. Got tools in here. Here's what happens. I'll be working on a project and I just need to pick up my tools outside. The car is sitting here with the trunk open. Boom, everything gets thrown in the trunk. It just happens. I need to get this stuff out of here, picked up, and I have to clean the fuel system. This car's probably been sitting probably almost a year now. Had E85 in it. I robbed the fuel cell out of it for the Black Widow truck to go to duct tape drags. My plan was to put a gas tank back in the car, but it's just not in the cards right now. Because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. I want to order an EFI tank and everything. Besides, I'm not 100% sure which direction I'm going with this car yet. I would like, and I know a lot of Pontiac guys will be happy about this, I would like to put a built 455 with a TKX back in it. But obviously we're talking 10 grand easy. So, you know, that's not in the cards right now. So, but let's get it cleaned out and get it back on the road anyway. OBS washer tank. Hey, there's my impact. I've been looking for that. Random bits of fuel line. Just gonna throw everything on the ground. That's a better place for it anyway. Just get it out of the trunk and then I'll sort it out. Hey, there's my other welding glove. Been looking all over for that too. I know this seems counterproductive to take everything out of the trunk and throw it on the ground. You're probably right. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm getting everything out of the trunk of my car. LSECU. Razor blades, we'll just throw those away. Alright, while I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm going to go ahead and clean or put the fuel tank or the fuel gauge wire back on it. I did realize something when I pulled this tank out. My fuel gauge never worked, and the reason it's never worked is I never hooked the ground wire up from here to here for the fuel gauge. So yeah, that was like 10 years ago. Who needs a gas gauge anyway? You just open the fuel cell and look, right? Not only is there stuff piled around the car, there's stuff piled under the car. Oh my gosh. Hey, I've been looking for that gallon antifreeze though. Okay, trunk's clean. It's kind of clean behind the car. Now it's time to attack the top of the car. 4 pairs of wire strippers. Probably couldn't find one, so I just kept grabbing another one. Alright. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I put the bolts in wrong. So there's 2 longer ones that go back here and 2 shorter ones. Like I said, I really want to put... The hell was that? Like I said, I really want to put a gas tank back in it, but I just right now I don't have the... I don't want to do it cheap. I don't want to put a factory tank back in it. I want to buy a stainless steel tank, but I also need to figure out what I'm doing with the car. So but right now I just want to get it running and driving again, because having the car just sitting here is killing me. All right, now I got the right bolts through here, although I am realizing that I must have lost 2 of the nuts somewhere, so I will be having to find those, but you know, about par for the course for me, losing shit. They're probably on a bench somewhere in this freaking garage. Okay. All right. Now, what did I do with it? Now, I have this, that ain't gonna work. What did I do there? Okay, I must have a different hose somewhere. Okay, found the right one. Okay, there's that one. Let's go ahead and make sure all of these are closed or tight. I think I'm going to go see my buddies up at Barron Racing and see if they have a 10 AN shutoff for this thing, because I've needed to pull the fuel pump off before, and when you need to pull a fuel pump off and it's full of fuel, then you know, you lose everything. So if I put a shutoff on it, I could, you know, shut it off, and then I could drain it if I needed to even. So let's go see them, see what they got. All right, well, unfortunately, I couldn't find a 10 AN shut off, so I guess we're just gonna roll with this. Hope we don't need to drain it for some reason. And I also need to hook up my return line up there. I know you probably shouldn't use rubber line for return line. This is high pressure fuel line, however, but it's actually been like this since I put the car together, so I'm really not too worried about it. I don't think there's a lot of pressure on the return anyway. I don't know, there might be. It is like a 380 or 400 liter per hour fuel pump, so I mean, I guess there might be. I don't know, but I always do the double clamp method on it anyway, so you know, it's probably good, right? Yeah, all right, there we go. That should be good enough. Got some Freshie 85. I guess it's fresh, just from the gas station. That don't mean nothing. Ooh, I have a cut on my hand. Son of a beasting. I'll tell you what, these freaking stupid safety cans suck. Screw whatever government entity thought we needed to have this bullshit. Hopefully it starts. Battery's probably dead, honestly. I probably should have had the charger on it. I'll tell you one thing, I'm done with this bullshit. That's how we're gonna do it. I ain't got time to sit there and dribble gas in my car because some government asshole thought we needed to. Kind of making me have to pee. Kick that on. Looks good. Pull the car outside, so let's move the old C10 real quick. If it'll start. Been having starter issues with it. You'll notice the car still has a third pedal for the clutch. It needs another 6-speed. It has a bad transmission leak. I spent like $3,000 on the Turbo 400, but it's leaking out of the FTI trans brake module for some reason. All right, so I drove it up to O'Reilly real quick, and I quickly remembered why I quit driving it. The flex plate bolts had came loose, and I don't know, I tightened them back up, but something is not right with it because it vibrates like hell. So I'm about to pull the transmission back, put a new flex plate in it, go from there. I may as well order an SFI one. As you can see, it is a turbo car for those of you who've never seen it before. It's not super fast. It's been like low 10s, you know, like mid 6s in the 8th. But that was on low boost, like 14 pounds. It's definitely a 9-second car if I pushed it, but I only have a 4-point cage, so I don't want to put a bigger. I don't want to have to put like a 10-point cage in it, or something like that. So I didn't even want to put a 4-point in it, but to go fast as I am, I had to at least have a 6-point cage or 4-point cage. Probably preferably 6, but I don't have the other bars. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to put a flex plate in it though, which sucks because I was kind of wanting to get it out and drive it. So I guess tomorrow we'll be putting a flex plate in it. All right, so I jacked it up to check the flex plate, and then I see this. That is indeed a busted bell housing, and it's busted on both sides. Not sure why, but it is. That means there's only 3 bolts holding the transmission in currently, and that crack looks like it goes all the way to that upper bolt, so there may only be 2 bolts holding this thing in. You kind of see that it goes all the way up to that top bolt. So, well, crap. I needed to pull it out anyway. You can see it leaks transmission fluid, leaks out the pan gasket, the drain plug, the trans brake solenoid, everywhere. I'm thinking about pulling the motor and transmission out because I kind of want to change this oil pan. I actually made this oil pan out of a truck pan. I cut like 2 inches out of it a long time ago, back before you could get $100 oil pans on Amazon. It clears, but it does hang down below the cross member about 1/2 inch. And after the OBS incident and the bridge, I'm a little concerned about it. I don't know if I want to go through all that trouble to pull the motor out, because all the turbo stuff on it. So I guess let's get the transmission pulled out. Not exactly what I was hoping to find. It actually sucks. So sucks really bad. Luckily I'm a welder. I have a TIG welder. I can weld the case. But now at this point, should I just cut it off and put an ultra bell on it? Probably. So I don't know, we'll see, but I guess I'll just get it pulled out and go from there. Alright, got the whole Lemans up in the air. Since this fluid is basically new, I'm going to try to save it. Went to Walmart, got this 2-gallon bucket. I'm only using those because I know it's not tight. Otherwise, I went and got a wrench. But I'm probably gonna change this stupid pan. I got this thing off of Summit Racing, I think. I don't know. I can't get it to stop leaking. I've put a bunch of different types of gaskets on it and everything. Yeah, look at that fluid. Brand new. That's a lot of money in fluid too. Well, there is definitely, most definitely, 2 busted ears off the transmission. Driver's side, passenger side. So, I guess I get to TIG weld some aluminum. I got all the bell housing bolts out. Just need to get the torque converter bolts out. Got the transmission mount bolts. Need to pull the transmission out, drop the drive shaft, and move those 2 cable things, and then the trans is ready to come out, I think. Times like this, or when I wish I had a lift. I got it out. Now I have to get it off of my transmission jack to get it off underneath the car, which is very counterproductive, I must say. Well, I got it out, and it's worse than I thought. So that ear's broke off, and 2 ears are broke off there. I'm not really sure how that happened, honestly. The other bolts was tight, so I'm not sure. The flex plate's a little wallered out from coming loose, but it's not bad because it had ARP flex plate bolts in it, and they was thread locked. So I don't know. Anyway, well, I guess that's it for today, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. If it was just 2 ears, I would weld it back up. But being like half the bell housing, not with the power this car makes. I'll either find another case or put an ultra bell on it. I really want to put a 6-speed back in it, so I may try to find somebody to trade me this built Turbo 400 for a like a T56 or a TR6060 setup for it. For those of you new to the channel, this car used to have an AR5 in it, and I broke it. I broke the first one. And then I put a second one in it. And I drove it. It was fun to drive and stuff, but I wanted to race it more. So I put the Turbo 400 in it. And it's full manual valve body, reverse shift pattern. It's just not fun to drive anymore, honestly. Had the manual in it, it was a blast. So I got some thinking to do now. But I think I just want to put a manual back in it. So yeah, if you know anybody that wants to trade a really nice built Turbo 400 for a 6-speed manual, let me know.